working last time. It was nothing that I did differently. Bizarre, but last time it just came up with my channel icon, not the video camera. I'm going to try to be quieter tonight because my exchange student just came home and went to bed. So if I sound quiet, that's why. I'm drinking my tea. Hope some of you pop in tonight. This is basically a protest stream until Pup Groomer comes back. I'm just going to keep protesting the fact that Pup Groomer's not going on at night anymore, and we all miss her. So that's what I'm doing. What are you guys up to tonight? What is new out in the interwebs with the peeps? I hope you're having a great week so far. It's almost Friday. Yay. So, checking to see if anyone else is live, and no one is. Probably everyone is sensibly in bed. Except for my dumbass. But I really want to finish this sleeve, guys. So, I'm here on the webs. Gonna work on this sleeve. I have it finished the burgundy. I mean, I still have to do like, what is it, one more stripe? Yeah, one more stripe of the burgundy on this sleeve. But who is that? Is that Scooter? I should put my glasses on so I can read it. It looks like Scooter. Can you hear me, Scooter? I'm using my microphone. I'm trying to get better at this instead of making the same damn mistakes. So, microphone is on. I'm trying to be a little quieter too, because my exchange student Squirrel just got home and went to bed, having a lovely cup of tea. And I am going to be knitting on my sweater. But if I got a lot of you in here, I was going to ask for suggestions for carving my pumpkin. Oh, okay. Well, I'm not going to be much louder than this, I don't think. So hopefully this works out. Let's see. The microphone's turned the right way. Or is it? Yep. Yeah, that's right. So, yeah, I need carving suggestions. I've got 2. Well, technically 3. Move the sweater. I've got 3, but this one's for pumpkin pie. It's huge, but it is a pie pumpkin. Usually they're a lot smaller. Like the little ones I got last year are usually what I get for pies. But I went ahead and bought it now. Because sometimes they sell out of these at Halloween because people are like, well, a pumpkin's a pumpkin. And it is if you're carving, but it's not pumpkin's a pumpkin if you're making pie. So I went ahead and bought one for Thanksgiving, even though that's a good month away. But pumpkins will last a month. So that's my tip. That's what I do every year. Because if you don't and you like to make homemade pies, good luck finding pumpkins sometimes past the first week of November. And I really like a good homemade pumpkin pie. I can't stay long. Okay, got it. Got it. She's already taken her night meds. So, is this the right end? Yes, it is. Do you have any suggestions for what to carve on my pumpkin? I'm going to take a poll and see what people think. Do you have any good ideas, Scooter Mom? Before you nod off, any suggestions? Dang it. I already hear the cat at my door. Kitty, as soon as I let you in, you'll be all up in my business and then want to go out. Frotty! I know, it's really a cool pumpkin. Or do you mean the sweater? It's a really cool pumpkin. Look at that. It's really cool. That's the bad side where it was lying on the ground. But look at this pumpkin. I had to pay a little bit extra for it, but not a hell of a lot more, and I thought it was worth it for something so um, visually Halloweeny and appealing. I like how the green looks against the orange. I do too. I did not do this. This is actually this natural pumpkin. It's an heirloom pumpkin, but it looks really cool. It's almost a shame to carve into it, but I am going to carve into it. For one thing, I'm going to gather all those pumpkin seeds because I like to eat those. But I'm going to carve it because what else do I have to do with this pumpkin? It's got to get a carve. I've been toying around with different ideas. Last year I did a pretty janky Xenu. I'm hoping to do better this year, but not necessarily at Xenu. So, brainstorm for me. Ugh, picking up the wrong end. Did I knit with the wrong end? No, I got that right. Brainstorm for me, Freddie, and think of a good idea. Because I'm doing a double stream with Monica in Norway. We're both going to carve a pumpkin. She's really good, apparently, so I might get schooled and look foolish, but that's okay. That's okay. It just means people get to see pumpkin carving on different levels and get to see an amazing one and one that's maybe more achievable by them. So I'm fine with being outshone. You know, you're not always going to be the best one in the room with everything. So she's better at me than knitting. How's the sweater coming along? Friday, I really want to finish this sleeve before Saturday's knitting stream, and that's where I am right now. Let's hold this so I can back up a little. Maybe I should have spread it out first and then done that. Hold on. I'm laying it out at least a little bit so maybe you can see it better. Oh, by the way, this sweater is going to be huge on me. The length is good though, so it's kind of not cropped, but it'll kind of look cropped because the sweater itself is so big. All right. Well, I can't hold it at the same time. So there's the sweater so far. It's hard to show you. Ribbing, stripes, and then I've started the sleeve. So I don't have a whole lot more of this sleeve to go. But those sleeves are so huge, I didn't calculate enough yarn. I had to go out and buy 2 more skeins. And honestly, if I wanted to do this right, I might have to buy 2 more skeins. And I've already sunk so much money into this sweater. And since it's just for me, I feel really guilty paying that much for just a sweater for me. I should have used the cheap yarn and just practiced on that instead of using this expensive yarn. But this yarn was given to me as a Christmas gift, so I felt like, you know, it was a gift to me from my squirrels. They pulled their money and bought me the yarn. So I thought, I mean, one of them got a hat out of it, but the other one I've already made a couple of hats for. I'd made another hat for her too, but it was crocheted and it was high time she got a nicer knit hat. Not that my crochet, not that crocheted hats in general aren't good, it's just mine wasn't particularly great, but she loves it. The color's good for her, so she actually wears it, which is nice. but I would like to make her a nicer, wanted her to have a nicer quality hat, knit hat, because I've knit two for my son, and she knit me one. She did a great job. I'm not sure where it is right now. I moved some things around, but she even did cables. I was really impressed. She's such a sweetheart. What does that say? Epic Link 2. Hello. Sorry, I'm half blind. Epic Link. And I've got the phone like right in my face so I can have my hands in front of the camera and knit. So it's hard for me to read sometimes. Anyway, I was showing my sweater. So I got pretty good ways down the sleeve, but these sleeves are going to be massive. It's going to be a really baggy sweater. But in a way, that's good because it'll be nice and snuggly. It's just like a warm, woolly hug. But how often will I get to wear that in San Diego? I was thinking maybe just a couple times each winter, maybe. But today I was thinking, I'm freezing when I get out of the water. So maybe this is my go to when after my early swims when I'm just freezing. Like Friday, remember the day it rained? What was that, Monday? I went out swimming. It was 63 degrees. The water was 63 degrees, or 64 degrees maybe. Yeah, it was 64 degrees, and the outside air temperature was 64 degrees, and it was drizzling and cold and windy. But the waves weren't bad. They were choppy. I mean, there were waves, but they were really choppy, so they're much easier to deal with. So I got a really good workout Monday. And then, what was Tuesday's issue? Oh, yeah. Tuesday, I had to run an errand first. And by the time I got to the beach, and I thought, oh, well, I'm on this side of town. I'll go to a different beach. Went to the other beach. And by the time I got done with my errands and got there, it had been hours since I'd eaten, since I usually just have protein shake and run out to swim. That's what I had done. So next thing I knew, it was 1:30, and I was going out for my swim and realized I was starting to get a little shaky. I was like, I haven't eaten since 9. I'm already feeling shaky. The waves are killer right now because they were way over my head, and it's freezing. Maybe I should cut myself a break and just go home. And I did, and I was so glad I did because by the time I got home, I was shaking even more. So I went home and ate, felt a lot better. And then yesterday, I went out for a swim. It was warmer, it was lovely, but the waves were bad again at the other beach. So I only got 10 minutes in and a bit of a workout. I might be confusing the days up though. And then today it was the same. Or was it yesterday I didn't go? I think I'm mixing my days up. But whatever. I don't really keep track. Just try to go when I can. Brad. Brad, I'm finally knitting something for myself. I've never knit anything for myself. So this jumper's for me. This is a protest stream, by the way, just in case you missed the beginning. It's a protest stream. I'm going to subject you all to late night streams until Pup Groomer finally deems herself fit to come back on and do her night streams. You're going to have to watch me maybe a few times. This is in protest of Pup not going on. The other thing, Brad, I got these pumpkins and I'm looking for suggestions on what you guys would like to see me try to carve into them. So any suggestions? I'm not doing a pumpkin with Brad on a foam pole. That's not happening. I can't read. Liam Lux. Hi, Liam. Or should I call you Blux? So, yeah, I need some pumpkin carving ideas. I'm going to do a stream with Creative Monica in Norway, She's gonna carve a pumpkin and I'm gonna carve a pumpkin. Apparently she's really good too, so it might be what to do and what not to do watching our streams, but that's fine. You're not always gonna be the best one at everything. Sometimes you just have to do it anyways, even if you're kind of bad. Just enjoy it and have fun. So that's where I'm at. I might not have the best pumpkin, but I'm gonna have fun making it. You miss Jen? I miss Jen too. I miss Jen too. So that's where we're at, Brad. I need a pumpkin carving idea, and I'm trying to work on this sweater. Yeah, I had never made anything for myself before, and I was lying around moping, and I just wanted a project I didn't have to worry about or think about. And I thought, knit myself a sweater because I can experiment, I can make goofs, and it's just for me, so it's okay. I don't have to stress myself out over it not being right. But honestly, it was really great practice for me too, because I haven't done very many sweaters. I've done like 3 teddy bear sweaters. I've done a baby sweater, and then I did that sweater for my kid I haven't finished yet. And then there was one other sweater that I finished, but I didn't start it. Um, Someone I didn't even know, who was a fellow knitter, had started this sweater for her friend, and then her friend made some sort of a racist comment that really upset her. And she was so disgusted with the friend, she's like, nope, she's not getting this sweater. She doesn't deserve it. So she gave it to me. And I finished it and gave it to my mom, who I've never seen wear. But that's because it's San Diego and it's warm here. So I've never seen her wear it. I mean, she put it on, took pictures. I saw that. But I don't think she's ever worn the sweater. But that's okay. I'll probably end up with getting it back at some point. Anyway, I've never knit anything for myself, not even a hat. And this yarn, I probably shouldn't have used it on a practice sweater. It's expensive yarn. I should have used cheap yarn for this, especially for a San Diego sweater. Should have saved this for someone else or other projects. But this yarn was a gift to me for Christmas. My squirrels pitched in together and both got me a nice gift certificate for the yarn store. But unfortunately, it wasn't enough, so I've had to spend double that to get more yarn to make a sweater out of it. But yeah, I thought, well, this yarn was bought for me. Why don't I use it on me? I've never done a project on me, and I just wanted something mindless I could knit. So, no color work, just stripes. So there we are, knitting myself a sweater. I'm thinking I'll knit myself a hat one of these days too, but not anytime soon. I've got other Christmas projects I gotta do first. And but yeah, this was good practice. Practicing sleeve construction so I can finish that other sweater I've been putting off so long. Because there's, thank you, Liam, that's nice. There's little tips and tricks to sleeve construction that's different than other areas. It's not complicated, it's just I'd never done one. So I got some good practice in with doing this one. Switching colors. Oh, actually, I think I'm supposed to be reducing. One, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this next coming up row, or the one I'm just now starting, that's the one I have to reduce, and I need to add in stitch markers so I don't forget. Stitch markers on the last change I did. These don't stay, in case any of you all are not knitters and don't understand what those are. Those are just to mark pattern changes. Like sometimes you can do it for change a pattern repeat for color work. You can do it for lace work. Sometimes you need to just mark the start and beginning, and other times it's for counting. I mean, there's lots of different places people use stitch markers. I'm using it to show every time I made the decrease. So when I do the other sweater, I can make it as identical as possible because I'll know exactly which row I did the decreases on and how many. Especially like if you set something down and then come back later, it's like, what the heck did I do? So this just makes it easier to figure out the pattern and such. How's your puppy doing, Brad? Oh, yeah, I want to know how the puppy is. Heather! Hi, babe. Heather, look at this awesome pumpkin I got today. Isn't that cool? Cool heirloom pumpkin. I need to think of something to carve into it, Heather. Do you have any good ideas? I got two. Well, again, technically three pumpkins because I got another big one that's just plain orange. And then I bought a pie pumpkin, but this one's really big. I mean, obviously it looks bigger now because it's right up in the screen, but it's big for a pie pumpkin. Usually they're like a third that size. But whatever, I wanted to get one now before they run out of pumpkins because a lot of times they sell out even the little sugar pie pumpkins at Halloween, and then you don't have fresh pumpkin for Thanksgiving. So I just buy it when I buy my Halloween pumpkins just to make sure I have one. And I use it as decor in the meanwhile. Just something hanging around, making it feel festive and holiday-like. So yeah, I'm doing a pumpkin carving stream with Creative Monica in Norway, who's really good at pumpkin carving. So it might be a here's how you wish you could do it, and then mine will be like this is maybe more achievable. So we'll see. We'll see. But I'm doing one with Creative Monica, and then I'm going to save the other one to do for Halloween, closer to Halloween on my own. And because, at night on Halloween, she's in bed. I mean, it's big time difference, 9 hours between here and Norway. So I gotta think of ideas. Liam, if you have any great ideas, Heather, Brad. What is Brad saying? Puppy is great. She is so cute. Yeah, Liam, if you haven't seen Pup Groomer streams, Brad has a new puppy and she's so cute. So cute. Adorable. Don't tell me her name. Her name is, I know it, Laika. Her name's Laika. Named after the astronaut puppy. So, guys have to help me come up with names. Sorry I'm kind of whispering, but my exchange squirrel just got home and went to bed and I don't want to be loud. I have my microphone on, so I think it's going to be okay. I don't know, am I too quiet, guys? Maybe if I turn my volume up on my phone, maybe that'll make it better. Oh, I think it's all the way up. It's okay? Okay, good. The pumpkin already looks like LRH, just needs yellow teeth. It's funny you said that because I typed into AI today because I did a search online. I couldn't find an LRH pumpkin. So, or jack-o'-lantern. Maybe I should search again and use the word pumpkin instead of jack-o'-lantern. But I looked up LRH or, L. Ron Hubbard jack-o'-lantern and I didn't come up with anything. So I then typed into AI LRH jack-o'-lantern realistic, to try to just see what it came up with. And it was a nice LRH. It was too chipper. It wasn't right at all. So I did the search, or I did the AI again and said, make them creepy, make it easier to carve and such. But yeah, the next one it came up with looks just as hard. It's just he's scowling more, so he does look creepy. So I'm going to see if I can't maybe do a simplified version of that. But I think I'll save that one for when I do the stream on my own. Because with Monica here and me hosting and then having to do StreamYard, 'cause tonight is easy. I'm not doing StreamYard, it's just chatting. But if I'm carving and doing StreamYard, I thought I'll do the early or easier version. But I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to do another Xenu, but do it better this time. I mean, in other words, I do want something anti-Scientology related, just because why not? Be fun and a challenge for me to figure out something. So that's where I'm thinking. So, I don't know. Maybe save this one for Halloween. It's such a cool pumpkin. It's almost a shame to carve into it. But I want the seeds for one thing. Let me get those seeds out. I like to eat pumpkin seeds. I roast them, and then after they're out, I toss them with a little bit of salt, a little bit of cayenne, or sometimes a lot of cayenne, and just a little bit of sugar. But yeah, it's delicious. I have tahini. Maybe I'll do a tahini version. Sometimes I'll separate it out into two different, or a couple different bowls and do different seasonings. Like not everyone wants the cayenne, and it's hard to eat all the pumpkin seeds on your own. At least if you're not peeling them, it is, because that's a heck of a lot of roughage. If you're eating the whole seed with the hull still on them, it can really jack up your digestion if you eat more than just like a handful or two. The colors are too great to cut it. I know, it's beautiful. It's really pretty. I know, it's like ugly pretty. I think it's beautiful. It's really cool looking. But I am going to carve it. That's what I bought it for. And what else am I going to do with it if I don't carve it? Yeah, I could just use it as decor. But do I really need more decor? No. I need more things to keep me busy. And then I have this one for decor, because this one I'm not carving into. This one I'm just keeping until Thanksgiving, and I roast it and make pumpkin pie. Liam, are you kissing my ass, Liam? Hey, No Face is here. I'm not the best. You don't know me. But I appreciate that you can do it. But the other just seems like love bombing. Saying I'm the best. Because that sure ain't true. And everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. Especially my squirrels know it. Plus, you know what? It's a lot of pressure being called the best or trying to be a perfectionist. I can be a perfectionist. That's why this project was good for me, because I just gave myself the freedom to not really give too much of a F about it and just do the thing. So this is the last, yeah, on the next round. The last row of the burgundy. When I finish this round, I have to do 2 more decreases. And then another row of blue. Oh, but here's the problem, Friday. Are you still here? Where is it? Where did I put it? I thought I just saw it. No, I don't see it. Oh, I set that pumpkin down on it. This is all I have left of the light blue. I was like, oh, it'll be enough. It's not. It's not enough. After doing the other colors in the sleeve, I realized this is not gonna last me. This will work for one sleeve, because I have to repeat this pattern of just 2 little pale blue stripes on the end of the sleeve. This will maybe work for one sleeve. It might be one sleeve's worth, but I don't think it's going to be 2 sleeves worth, so I'm probably going to have to go out and buy this yarn too. And I just went out and bought the burgundy, and the pink again because I didn't calculate enough yarn for the sleeves. First of all, these sleeves are ginormous. So, yeah, I didn't calculate enough yarn for it. But the good news is the yarn will get used. It just means I got more yarn to play with. So it's just money I shouldn't have been spending because that yarn's so expensive. Can you hollow it out and wear it on your head? This one I could. Well, this one too. Yeah, I think they're big enough. I could wear them on my head. However, I will not be doing that. A, I'm claustrophobic. 2, it's way too messy. And 3, I ain't your fool to do your bidding. Drinking my tea. Earl Grey. But, Brad, I drink my Earl Grey wrong. I don't do it the traditional way with lemon. I do it with cream. And I thought I was the only one who did that because I'd never seen anyone else ever do that. But apparently now it's a thing. You'll see it on menus at cafes sometimes now, and they call it London Fog. But it used to be only me that I know of. I'd never seen anyone my whole life do it, and that's how I've drank Earl Grey my whole life. Everyone else always put lemon in it because it's an orange-based tea. So they're like, oh, you gotta put lemon in it. But I like it better with cream or milk. So that's how I have it. Reading chat. Oh, about the yarn? Oh no? Yeah. Oh, I'm all caught up on chat. Brad, I'm not the best, but thank you. You're sweet. Brad's kissing my ass now, too. What did I do to deserve that? Getting love bombed. Am I on screen? Sometimes I'm knitting away and I'm not on screen. Not that anyone necessarily wants to see the knitting, but some people do. And it's what I'm working on, so if I seem distracted, you'll at least see, oh, well, she's doing something. Got a callus on this finger from constantly pushing in these sharp tips. They're really tiny, pointy, sharp needles. So yeah, I got a sore spot. And then this cable's way too long now. But this, I think this cable is the only one I have at the moment that's free. Everything else is in a project. So I got a lot of cable to deal with, but that's okay. It's better than the opposite problem of having too short of a cable. I like when we do the knitting stream and you can see the different styles of knitting because I knit differently than Monica and Irish. Monica knits Norwegian style, Irish knits English style, and I knit what's called continental. So that's kind of cool. I'm glad we all have our own ways. I was for a while doing continental, but doing it Russian granny style, which some people just call Russian style. I was doing that, but it was creating twisted stitches, which is fine as long as you know that and keep doing that. But I finally decided to not do that and to try just regular, and somehow that stuck instead of doing the Russian style. Monica's the fastest, although Irish is really fast too. Irish might have Monica beat or be tied with her, I'm not sure. But they're both a lot faster than me. I'm a slow knitter. What did Brad say? Americans should not be allowed to have tea. Is this the merino wool? Yeah. Yep. It's Malabrigo. Where's the tag? I don't know. It came out. I took it out of the yarn and set it up here somewhere. Yeah, I don't know where it is. It's Malabrigo. Rio. Some of it's Rio, some of it's worsted. Yeah, I don't see the tag anywhere. Oh, wait a minute. Here they are. I just put them away, actually. So the blue is all the worsted, and then the Rios is the pink and the lotus. One of the blues is Paris Night. I mean, one of the Paris Night blues is a Rios. Drop yarn when I was getting that out of the basket. No Face is asking Dove, there are 3 styles of knitting: right, wrong, and antics. Someone else is kissing my ass too. I don't like it. You're gonna make me get used to it and swell my head, or make me expect nice things from you all the time, and then when you don't say something nice, I'm gonna get my feelings hurt. I thought knitting was knitting. I didn't realize there were different styles. Yeah, you want me to show you a little bit? So, I'm not good at the other style necessarily, but here, let's get the needles in. And then plus, this is called a circular needle. I could be knitting with flat needles. Really don't have a lot of flat needles. I gave them all away. Someone was learning to knit, and I was like, okay, well, this is a good excuse to get rid of the needles I'm not using. But, you know, straight needles, just like this, is knitting flat. I like to knit in the round, which is this, so you basically just go around and around and around. And that's why you want to mark your start and stop, because it can be hard to tell where it is if you're just knitting in spiral like that. Okay, so let's get this. But I have to constantly keep adjusting the wire, or cord, as it were. So this is the way Irish knits. She knits English style. She holds, I have to think of how to wrap it. I'm so used to doing left-handed wrap, so I'm doing it wrong. There we go. She holds the yarn in her right hand, sticks the needle in, and then lifts her hand around, wraps it, and does like that. And I'm not very good at that because that's not how I was taught to knit. I taught myself to knit from a book and then later YouTube videos. And this is the way most Americans knit, and it's the way most, well, pretty much all English people knit. Irish people knit this way. But since I learned from a book, I didn't have anyone to show me how to wrap it. So I'm a crocheter, and with crochet, you hold the yarn in the left hand. So I just started doing that, and then found out, oh, that style is called continental, and it's actually considered faster, but it's not faster per individual person, because I'm still slower than Irish. Irish is much faster. Okay, so that's how Irish knits, with the holds it in the right hand and takes her hand back and forth and wraps it. And then that is called, also, sometimes people will call it, I can't think of what it's called. I think it's just wrap. They call that wrap also, besides English. And then the way I do it, left hand, that is called picking, because I'll pick the yarn instead of wrapping it. Pick and pull, pick and pull. And then the way Monica does it is a better way, maybe, of picking, but it's pretty much the same. But Like when I hold it, I'll hold it up like that. Norwegian way, they have their hand right above the needle, like resting on the needle. And they, see, I can't really do it that way. And they just do like that. But I'm not good at that. I'm used to crochet, like I said, and with crochet, you give yourself, I'm not even on film, you give, or phone, on phone, you give yourself this length, but I'll do that again because I don't think I was on. So with Norwegian, the finger is like either right above or resting on the other needle. And, ugh, I'm not good at this one. See, I instantly wanted to lift my finger up. They do it like that, but I'm not good at that. I mean, I could learn. It's just I'm used to doing it the other way, and the other way works for me. And then Russian Granny is actually just a twisted stitch, but you go in through the back loop this way. Pick it. I don't want to, that'll change the stitch though, so I don't want to do it. So just like that through the back loop. And the way I purl is the same with Russian Granny. That's the same. I guess I'll show you a purl. Purl, you move the yarn in the front. Push your finger down like that. And it's pretty fast once you get going, and if you're used to it. But now I gotta take out those stitches because I don't need purl stitch. So this is called tinking because tink is knit spelled backwards. And I'm knitting backwards, but there is a way to knit backwards too, like legit knit backwards. And Monica does that too. It's part of her advanced skills. I don't know how she does it exactly. I think I've tried it once on a pattern that I had to do it on a hat once. But that's it for me. You have to go to work. Have a great day, Brad. They look like chopsticks. They're much tinier than chopsticks. They're really tiny needles. Or did you mean the flat ones I was holding? Yeah, those look like chopsticks, but those are tiny too. Those are only size 5, I think those were. I don't know, I put them away, but I think those were 5s, which is the same as this. Yeah, they are 5s. That's right. And 5 is, let's see if it says, should say on the needle here, but that doesn't mean I'll be able to read it. Yeah, 5s are just 3.5 millimeter, so they're really tiny. And 3.5 millimeter is the gauge. So they're tiny little needles. I probably should have gone up. That was another mistake I would probably do differently. Well, it's not necessarily a mistake, it was a choice. There's another choice I probably would have done differently if I was to do this sweater again. I would have gone up maybe 2 even needle sizes to make the sweater airier. For one thing, I don't need a big heavy sweater in San Diego, and this is so thick and dense, it's heavier. But that also means I used up a lot more yarn. If I had gone up a couple of needle sizes, I'd probably be done by now because it'd be a lot fewer stitches and a lot less yarn. All right, so that's the end of the burgundy for this sleeve. I can cut it off. I don't have scissors, so I love the sound of that. Isn't that a satisfying sound? That snap. I'm a little pissed. They wound my yarn for me, but they did such a shitty job. It was just like that, and it's supposed to be like that. And she messed it up. She messed it up and had to do it again, and then messed it up again. But I didn't say anything. It's like, whatever. Give me my yarn, lady. I just dropped the stitch marker. Where did it go? Where did that stitch marker go? It's probably in the sleeve. Yep, I found it. It's a different little ring sort of stitch marker. So now I'm doing blue row again. Back to blue. And you see how that's all big and janky looking? That's just because it's where I started new color. I just have to yank the strands in the back to tighten that up. And then when I finish the sweater, I'll sew those in. Oh, I was supposed to decrease this row. That's right. I should have decreased. So let's take that blue back out and back up 3 stitches. Let's see. I want the other yarn. No, where is it? Here it is. So for this, to take back 3 stitches. And this is what I'm doing for decrease. I don't know if it's the best way to decrease. There's many different ways to decrease, but this is what I'm doing for this sweater. So even if it's not perfect or right, just if you do it consistently, it'll be fine. It's when you start switching it up because you're like, oh, I messed up. I should have done it this way. And then you change it. Well, it's going to be obvious you made a change. It's better just to stick with the same one. So I slip off the first 2 stitches and then I put them back on the needle, but I've turned them in that process. And then I knit. And that makes it a tighter join so there's no hole. And then this one just gets knit. Move the stitch marker, and now I gotta drop the burgundy and pick up the right blue. This one. No, where is the other blue? This one. This is the one I need. And so then I'm going to knit 1 blue. Oop, I split the stitch, or split the yarn. So I knit that one, and then I do the same with this one where I take off 2, put them back on, and then twist it. So basically I'm turning the stitch completely around and knitting 2 together. Makes for a tighter union so that there isn't a hole there. At least that's the goal, and it seems to be working. What am I missing? Nothing. Apparently missing nothing. Annoyingly, last night I did a StreamYard stream on here, and I meant to make it private, and then I fell asleep and forgot. Woke up the next day, and there was, I gotta twist that. There was comments on my video, and I was like, oh crap, I meant to I meant to hide that one. Nothing bad was in it. It's just these late night ones sometimes I want to hide. Don't need to share everything. It was just me getting on to chat with friends. Wasn't really doing anything exciting or worth sharing. Yeah, I had a comment from Miriam that she was on the replay crew, and I was like, wait, what? I meant to take that one off. Yeah, I'm being a lot quieter tonight. I don't have the music going. I'm just sitting here knitting. So I should mark those 2 decreases though, so I don't have to hunt for them later. Be like trying to find them. I'm gonna run out of stitch markers here. I still have several, but I don't want to use the purple in the burgundy and have it not stand out. Although I think it would stand out just fine. It would be just fine. But I like to use the brighter ones. Or contrasting at least. So Get the sucker in there. Get in. Got a little bit of the stitch below, which doesn't matter really, except when I go to knit that loop later, it might be a little janky or tight, so it's better just to do it right now. And I don't mean like right now, I mean do it correctly now. There. Perfect. My foot's falling asleep. I did at least finish the burgundy, and I've started on the blue. I am on this blue part there, because I'm matching the body. So do this blue, and then the two light blues with the dark blue in between, and then 22 stitches from here to here, and then do a cuff. It was even suggested maybe do these sleeves as 3/4 sleeves, but I don't know. I don't want to change the pattern up. I want it matching the body of the sweater, so I don't think I'm going to end up doing that. So nice of you to be here, Friday. I don't get to see you all that often sometimes, and Friday's a mod for me too, and a friend. I had Big Chief modding for me earlier today because I did the beach stream earlier. Went to the beach and chatted for a little bit after, and Big Chief was my mod. My yarn is getting caught on this, and then it's pulling on my finger instead of flowing freely. Fix that. I wish I was as fast as Monica. If I was as fast as Monica, I would have been done a week ago. If not 2 weeks ago. In the time it's taken me to make this sweater, she has done a sweater, done 3 cowls. When I talked to her last, she'd already started another cowl. But I bet if I talked to her now and asked her, she's already finished that cowl. So she's done 4 cowls and a sweater in the time it's taken me to get most of a sweater. But she is using much bigger needles. Like, let me get one out. Actually, I think it's on my other sweater, maybe. Yeah, she was using something this gauge, so much bigger needles means much bigger knit stitches and many fewer knit stitches, so it's much faster. Uses a lot less yarn. So yeah, next time I make myself a sweater, I'm gonna do what Monica does and use one of these big fatties. It is a big difference. This one is this one's only a 13. This is not even the one she was using. Yeah, this is a 13. She was using an 18. This is a 5 gauge, 3.5 millimeters. And this one is 9 millimeters. So it's a big difference. It's 3 times the size, basically. But this isn't even the one she had. Let's see if this is the right size. Nope, it's the same size as the one I just showed you. But I know where one is, actually. I'm using it as a stitch mark stopper. This is the size she was doing. And actually, it might not even be. This is a 15. compared to my needle. So it's a big difference. And I knit tight, so it doesn't help. But yeah, I'm using this as a stitch stopper on my sweater I'm doing because I'm need a 4 for this, so one even smaller than this one. So instead of being 3.5 millimeters, it's 3. Anyway, this can't possibly fit back through the stitches. It's so fat. So I use it as a stitch holder to keep my stitches from falling off the needles. When I'm not knitting on that one, these screw off. So you screw them off and I put the big fat needles on as a stitch holder. Instead of going out and buying stitch holders, I just use the needles that are too big. But if I knitted a lot with the big ones, that wouldn't work. But it works great when I'm used to knitting with these tiny needles. Friday, I got a really nice compliment the other day, too. I met some new knitters. It was a group of ladies knitting. And I said, yeah, I'm a beginner. I'm still learning. I haven't made very many things. And as I was leaving, because I showed them a couple of mistakes, and they were looking at my sweater, because I happened to have it with me. And then when I was leaving, they said, "You're not a beginner. You're really good." And I said, "Well, maybe intermediate." And they're like, "No, you're not intermediate." And I said, "Well, I think I'm still intermediate, but maybe intermediate advanced." She's like, "No, you're an advanced knitter now." Um, Sorry, my necklace is hitting the mic. You're an advanced knitter now. And I was like, well, people think that because I'm good at color work, but there's a lot of technique I haven't tried or haven't mastered yet. So I don't consider myself advanced knitter yet. But it was really nice to get someone who I consider an advanced knitter calling me an advanced knitter. So it was really sweet. It's a good compliment coming from another knitter, you know. I said that earlier, and Heather was here, and she's like, "What about me? I've said you're really good." I was like, "I didn't know you knit, Heather. You've been on my stream and you haven't knit, so I didn't even know you were a knitter." I'm not psychic. Under You underestimate yourself. At the beach, did I see the ladies? No, I saw them out in the wild somewhere else. I ran into a what do you call it? Freewheeling knitting group, and sat and knit with them for a little while. That was why I was out late and didn't get to the swim. The other day when I was running errands. That's why it took longer than I expected. I don't consider it underestimating myself. I consider it being modest, and I consider it a good trait. But other people around me, and sometimes when I hear myself back, I can see what they're saying. Other people around me tell me that and tell me I'm too mild and maybe too passive. Becky knows I can be feisty, though. I'm not always mild. I'm mild until I'm not. But I think I'm just being polite and modest. And then, but because it comes across as mousy or just way too self deprecating, people don't hear me at my words. So, like if I say, I'm thirsty, we need to stop. I'm really thirsty, I really need to stop. I think I've made that clear. I've said it in 3 different ways and I've added really. So I think I'm being demanding. I'm really saying how I feel and what I need. I think I'm being clear because that's my words. Hear me at my words. But other people are like, just don't even hear it. It's like they pass it off. So I have to say it again or have to wait until I get bitchy about it. Like, hey, I really need to get something to drink. I'm really thirsty. I need to sit down. I need to get something to drink. But they wait until I'm like pissed off to hear me. And it's like, you should have heard me the first time. I said it 3 times nicely. You should have been able to hear it when I said it nicely. Why do I have to wait until it's like serious and now I'm ready to pass out or something? But that's part of me problem more so than them, because I need to make sure I'm communicating my message, you know? So I need to speak up a little more sometimes. But I will speak up for myself. I just would rather people heard me the first time. Like, my squirrels will point it out to me that I ask things passively and that I'm not very demanding. I'm just like, hey, it would be nice if, you know? So they point out to me all the time that I need to be more direct and more insistent. Like, instead of, could you maybe reach the top of that shelf and get down something for me? I'd really appreciate it. Instead of just saying, hey, come get this for me, you know? So my one kid always points that out. And I'm trying to do that more, but I feel really weird about doing that because that's the way I talk once I'm pissed. So to me, it reads as I'm pissed if I get to that level where I'm like, hey, get that down for me. I can't reach it. Or I don't want to climb on a chair or whatever it is. So, Friday, here's the big $24,000 question for the night. For me, anyway. I don't have enough of this to do both sleeves. Do I really want to go out and buy a whole new skein of this blue just for 2 little tiny stripes? Where is it? Just for these 2 little tiny stripes on the sleeve? It's like, what, 17 bucks? 17.50 to buy another skein of this, and I've already sunk so much money into this damn sweater. Because I used what the kids got me, but then I've also sunk in another, let's see, another like 80 bucks of my own money. Or should I just switch up the blue and make it a design choice? I could put this teal in to substitute that and call it close enough. Or I could do 1 row of the light blue and then a row of teal. But I was thinking, let's see, I think it's in my bag. I was thinking, it's not in that bag. I was thinking of using that green I had. I don't see it. It probably fell out rolled under something. Rolled under my chair, maybe. I don't know where the heck it is. Yeah, I can't find it. Here's the pink yarn. I found that. I think it fell out and rolled under my bed or something when I got out those tags earlier. Jeez Louise, what the heck happened to it? I don't know. Anyway, I have this like pea green somewhere. Should I just do the pea green and make it a design feature? It's going to be so subtle anyway, because those are tiny little stripes. If I just do the green, as long as I do it on both sleeves, and maybe not even worry about trying to do a stripe of the blue, just do the green maybe. Where the heck is that green yarn? I don't see it anywhere. It might have fallen out in the car. I had my knitting with me earlier in the car. I'm looking in my bed right now. I don't see it. Oh, well, I'll find it later. It might be squished behind a pumpkin even. Actually, that might be it. It's not behind that pumpkin. Nope, not behind that one. Lordy, lordy. I got too many crafts stuff going on here. Can't find it. I just had it. I had it earlier today. So maybe it's in the car. You don't want to leave them out. I say, let me go back. And yet I really only knit on a loom. Oh, you do loom knitting. Oh, my mom was doing that for a little while. Her friends used to do it. It can be faster if you're really good at it. I'm not particularly good at it. I'd say no, but you probably will anyway. You don't want to leave them out. Leave out the stripes. Yeah, I don't think I want to leave them out either. I think it'll change the pattern too much. But I think just doing 2 rows of green might be a subtle enough but quirky change. I don't want a big quirky change. Like when I was debating on whether I wanted to go out and buy more pink so that I had enough to do the other sleeve, I thought, well, maybe I'll just do the green on the other sleeve. But that's too big of a quirky change. It would be an adorable quirky change on the right sweater. But I think for this sweater, since there's already so much color variation and there's already all these stripes, I decided it would be too big of a quirky change. But 2 little tiny stripes this size is subtle. And it would just be on the 2 sleeves. I think that would work. But yeah, I don't think I want to leave them out. I think I need to follow the pattern. Oh, my nail just caught on the pumpkin and ripped off some of the green. I need to trim my nails back. They were so short from all the swimming, but now that I'm not swimming every day, and then I took a week off with my shoulder being hurt, my nails grew back. So now I gotta cut my nails again. Anyway, should I just do green? I don't know. I don't want to buy a whole nother skein of yarn just for this blue. This is enough, because by the time I get down to that section of the sleeve, it'll be smaller. Actually, no, I'm at that section now, aren't I? After this stripe. So I don't know if there's enough to do both sleeves in this. So I guess I have to make that choice now. So teal, which isn't reading very teal. It looks a lot more blue on screen. So teal or that green that I can't find. Where the frick did I put that green? It's going to drive me nuts that I can't find it, and I just had it. Let me look in this knitting bag. Nope. Not in there. Did it fall out the back of this basket? Nope. I had it in my bag, though, earlier. And I've looked in my knitting bag, and it's... or the one I used earlier, and it's not there. Keep looking around. I'm sure I took it out of the bag because I was like, why bring yarn I'm not using right now, because it's just something more that could potentially get marred or messed up. But now I can't find it. Is it on my bed? I don't see it. It's gonna piss me off until I find it. And I need it for the next color if I am going to do that, so it'd be good to find it. Fucking A. Gonna get feisty squirrel time. find that damn ball of green. This is frustrating. I know some yarn fell out when I pulled out those tags out of that basket, but I don't think I put that yarn back in the basket. And it's not in the bag I had. And I don't see it rolled under something on the floor like I thought maybe. Yeah, maybe it's in the car. I guess that's my clue to just finish the blue stripe for tonight and then, or the last row that I have of blue before I need the green. And finish the rest of the sleeve tomorrow. I have to watch my nails. I just caught it again on the pumpkin, grabbing my sweater and then tapping. I'm gonna have a scarred pumpkin and a pumpkin under my nails. The frick? That's gonna piss me off until I find it. It probably is just in the car. Trying to think. Did I have the other knitting bag out? But I don't think I did. Anyway. So it's this color or like a pea green. What do you think? The teal? The teal kind of gets lost in the deep blue. But because of that, it would be it'd be a more subtle difference. So that might be good. Or maybe I could do one stripe of the teal and one stripe of the green even. Or one sleeve with the teal and one sleeve with the green. So many options. So many options. I don't know. Or I could do Monica's suggestion of just doing 3/4 sleeves. It was actually my suggestion, but she liked it more than I did, so I think of it as Monica's suggestion. But I'm getting there. Getting there. I think I'm gonna just finish this blue row, which I'm almost done with, and call it a night. It's the nice thing about getting towards the end of the sleeve. They get smaller and smaller rows, so it gets quicker and quicker to do a row. This row's already almost done. I'm not going to be able to rest until I find that damn yarn, though. I'm going to run out to my car and look for it. Look around here some more first, and then run out to my car. All right. Row completed. I'm going to do one past the stitch marker though, just to hold the stitch marker on, and then when I start up I just have to knit backwards that one stitch, but that'll keep the stitch marker from falling off. So now to the green or teal, another blue stripe, another green or teal, and then just knit blue until the end. And I'm excited to be getting to the part where it's getting towards the end. I'm still like looking around for that damn green yarn while I'm talking. It's like, did it fall on the floor? I knocked some clothes off. Is it there? No. I'm looking in my comforter because I had been lying in bed earlier. Did Should I leave it? No. Okay, well, obviously I'm going to bore the hell out of you guys if I spend the whole stream looking for one little ball of green yarn. And I finished that section at least. Oh, I found it. Damn it. It did fall out and roll under something. It rolled under my shelf. So this one's called Lettuce. And it's also Malabrigo Rio lettuce. And this one was called Peacock Blue or something like that. Actually, it's got the tag here. Oh, Teal Feather. Teal Feather. So not peacock at all. So now that you see them, what are we thinking? Teal or the green? I don't think that would look good. How many rows of teal? It's just two. It's just mimicking this. I'm copying this. See where these two light blue rows are? It would just be that, but in the sleeve. So like, this is a sleeve, and I copied the stripes that I did in the body of the sweater. Well, this is the body of the sweater. So I want the sleeve rows to match. And I don't have enough of this for both sleeves. I could maybe do 2 stripes on one sleeve. Maybe. Might only be enough to do one. But it's definitely not enough to do both sleeves. You don't think that would look good? Or I don't. She's saying she doesn't think that'll look good. I like the idea of a couple on this sleeve and a couple on the other, but at different spots. I'm sticking with the teal. Heather voted the teal too. The teal kind of disappears, but that might be good. It would make it a lot more subtle. I don't know. I have to think about it, but I think I'm going to give it a timeout while I think about it because I don't want to keep working on it and then undo it later. I know, I just have this little bit left. I have other yarn, but not light blue and not the same fiber content. Although, I could just put in a row of pink. I could just do 2 pink rows. That might be a really good idea, actually. Go back to this pink here, since I had to go buy more of that anyway. Because I definitely don't want to go out and buy this just for that tiny little bit. I think that's what I'll do. What do you guys think? That way I'm not introducing a new color. It'll be super subtle with just, yeah, and see this is $19, so I was wrong about the price. I was thinking it was almost 20, but yeah, it's expensive. So, yeah, they bought me like 80 bucks worth of yarn, and then I spent another 80 bucks. But I do have enough. I made a hat, and I still have this left over that I didn't use. And I got a lot of this that's going to be left over, and I've got this that's going to be left over, and I think I'll probably use up all of this, though. But, you know, I've got plenty enough yarn, 4 skeins almost, to make another project or 2. I should be able to get at least 2, maybe even 3 hats out of that. So, yeah, it was 180 bucks or whatever it is, 160 bucks. I think it's actually 180 because I think I misspoke when I said how much extra I got. But I I am getting, what, at least four, or at least 3 hats, probably 4 hats, and a whole giant sweater out of it. So, and the sweater ate up a lot of yarn. If I had used a bigger needle and been better with my pattern, I would have used a lot less yarn. Yeah, it is. It is $100 sweater. It's at least, let's see, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, and then I bought 2 more, 140. But again, all the leftover I will use for the other projects. It's good quality yarn. I mean, this will last a long time. And believe me, since I put so much work into it, this sweater is going to be a valuable sweater to me. Even if I just use it wearing at the beach, it's going to be my favorite sweater. It's going to be my go-to. I'm going to wear the hell out of this thing. At least that's the plan. I'm hoping not to be at that level where I treat it as too precious and, oh, I want to keep it nice. No, I want to wear it. I want to wear it. It's just in San Diego, I'm not going to get to wear it a whole lot. But after my swim, when I'm absolutely freezing, that might be its time to shine. Although, I don't want to get it wet with seawater all the time, so I don't know. We'll see how that actually plays out. I might not be keen on letting it get seawater and get wet once I'm done. We'll see how it looks after I wash and block it. And maybe I just start with wearing it as a regular sweater, and then maybe after a couple of years make it my after beach sweater. Mark, I was just getting off, babes. It's worth it to get a sweater that fits. Yeah, the length is perfect, but it's really boxy. It's really baggy. It's going to be kind of like a sweatshirt style. It's not going to be like slim fit or figure flattering. Nope. It's just going to be boxy and almost cropped, but not really cropped. It just appears a little bit as cropped because it's so baggy otherwise. So it seems a little cropped when you wear it, but technically no, it's the right length. It's just proportionate to the rest of the bagginess. It looks a little cropped, but it comes right to my hips, right to the top of my hips, so it's perfect. All right, guys, I am going to go. I'm so glad I found the green. Or should I knit a little line of green? I think I'm going to go with the pink. What do you guys think? I didn't hear if you guys say what you think about the pink. Yeah, I did decide on the pink. What do you guys think? Do you guys think the pink's a good idea? I think so. It ties back in at something that's already in the sweater at least. Maybe I'll do one stripe of the blue and then just wherever it ends, start the pink. Not give a fuck about it being absolutely perfect. Heather likes the pink. DOA, I mean, DOA, sorry. Friday, I think. Go with the pink if you don't like the teal idea. Well, I did the teal with the dark blue on that hat because I really like those colors. And the teal just totally disappears into the blue because the blue is just so dominant. So, pink will be nice. Do the pink. Thanks, guys. All right, I am going to go, though. I need to get some bed. And I agree with the cozy sweater thing, Muck. It's just San Diego's so darn warm most of the year. We don't get to wear very many sweaters. But I realized I am absolutely freezing after these morning swims. So that might be the time for the sweater to shine. All right, guys, I am going to go. Oh, Muck. I keep saying that and then I don't. Muck, I need pumpkin carving ideas. I'm going to do a pumpkin carving with Monica. And if you have any ideas. I've got 2 pumpkins. One I'm gonna do on a stream by myself on Halloween, and then the other one I'm gonna do within the next few days with Monica. But I don't have any ideas yet. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.